Feel the weight of the universe pressing down. Stand at the edge of the known world where silence feels ancient and the night sky burns with a clarity long lost elsewhere. In a place where the land itself appears unbound by Earth's rules, where trees twist like alien sentinels and stone plateaus glow beneath stars so sharp they seem to pierce the darkness, this is Socotra Island. Rising from the Arabian Sea, Socotra is Yemen's most remote and enigmatic jewel, an archipelago of 4 main islands and scattered rocky islets, adrift between continents. This landmass floats in isolation, 380 kilometers south of the Arabian Peninsula and 240 kilometers east of the Horn of Africa, close enough to continents to tease connection, yet distant enough to remain biologically alone. That isolation is everything. For more than 18 million years, Socotra has been cut off from surrounding land masses, allowing evolution to unfold in near total solitude. Here, nature experimented without interruption, shaping life into forms that feel imagined rather than inherited. Scientists now recognize Socotra as one of the most important biodiversity hotspots on Earth, a place so unique it has earned the nickname, the most alien landscape on the planet. The numbers tell part of the story, but the land tells the rest. Of the island's roughly 825 plant species, an extraordinary 37% are endemic, found nowhere else on Earth. Its reptiles are even more exclusive. Around 90% exist only here, evolved in isolation among limestone plateaus and wind-scoured plains. Even the smallest creatures tell a tale of separation. 95% of Socotra's land snails are unique to this archipelago, silent witnesses to millions of years of evolutionary solitude. In recognition of this biological singularity, UNESCO designated Socotra a World Heritage Site in 2008, calling it a place of exceptional biodiversity and global significance. But labels struggle to capture what the eye sees here. Across Socotra's highlands rise the island's most iconic sentinels, the dragon's blood trees. Known scientifically as Dracæna cinnabari, these ancient trees lift umbrella-shaped crowns toward the sky, their branches interlocking like rib bones against the sun. When cut, their bark bleeds a deep crimson resin, dragon's blood, prized for millennia in medicine, dyes, and ritual, and lending the trees an almost mythical presence. Scattered among dunes and rocky plains stand the bottle trees, Adenium obesum socotranum, their swollen trunks grotesquely beautiful, storing precious water to survive years of drought. They appear half plant, half sculpture, as if grown by another civilization entirely. In the harsh aridity of Socotra's lowlands, survival itself becomes art. Here, landscapes shift abruptly, from coastal plains battered by monsoon winds to limestone plateaus riddled with caves, from freshwater wadis lined with palms to stark interior deserts that glow gold at dusk. Every horizon feels unfamiliar. Every silhouette challenges expectation. Socotra is not merely remote, it is primordial, a fragment of Earth preserved outside of time, where evolution took a path rarely seen, and where the natural world reminds us how strange and how creative life can be when left alone. This is not a place you simply visit, it is a place you encounter. And as the stars ignite above these alien trees and the wind carries whispers across stone, one truth becomes clear. Socotra is not just one of Earth's last frontiers. It is a mirror, reflecting what the planet once was, and what it may yet lose. But Socotra's true magic awakens after dark. As daylight fades and the last heat drains from stone and sand, the island lifts its gaze to the cosmos. In remote corners of Socotra, far from any permanent settlement, artificial light all but disappears. These skies are classified among the darkest on Earth. Bortle Class 1, the highest possible rating for astronomical darkness. Here, night is not dimmed or diluted. It is absolute. Above you, the universe reveals itself in staggering clarity. The Milky Way does not merely appear, it arches overhead like a river of light, its dense core bright enough to cast faint shadows on the ground. Stars crowd the sky by the thousands, constellations razor-sharp against the void. Nebulae, star clusters, and distant galaxies emerge to the naked eye, sights long erased from most of the modern world. On Socotra, the night sky is not scenery, it is an event. Yet this otherworldly haven comes with undeniable caveats. As of 2026, official travel advisories from governments such as the United States and Canada strongly recommend avoiding all travel to Yemen, including Socotra. These warnings stem from ongoing conflict on the mainland, the presence of extremist groups, and risks of kidnapping and terrorism. While Socotra itself remains geographically isolated and is widely regarded as having a benign local security environment under de facto control by UAE-backed authorities, it remains politically tied to a nation in crisis. Travelers must understand that remoteness does not eliminate geopolitical risk. For those who do venture, access is tightly controlled. Travel typically occurs via limited flights from Abu Dhabi or Cairo, often arranged as part of organized tours requiring special permits and visas. Independent travel is rare, and guided expeditions are not merely recommended, they are essential. In Socotra, exploration happens deliberately, carefully, and with respect for both safety and preservation. And yet, for those who stand beneath its stars, the reward is singular. We drift through mist-shrouded wadis where freshwater pools reflect constellations like broken mirrors. We walk among forests that seem imagined rather than evolved, landscapes that inspired legends of dragons, demons, and distant worlds. And finally, we settle into silence, a stargazing vigil unlike any other as the heavens unfold above Earth's strangest backdrop. Here, landscapes and starscapes collide. Alien trees frame the galaxy. Ancient stone listens to stellar light billions of years old. You feel not small, but connected, part of a universe vast enough to hold both wonder and fragility. This is a journey into the alien and the astral, a place where Earth reminds us how strange it can be, and the sky reminds us how infinite it is. The night calls. Let us answer. Socotra's story does not begin with people, nor even with animals or forests. It begins in deep time. This island is a relic of the ancient world, a surviving fragment of the supercontinent Gondwana, torn free during the titanic rifting that opened the Gulf of Aden. Around 18 million years ago, tectonic forces wrenched Socotra away from Arabia, setting it adrift in the Arabian Sea. Since then, it has remained isolated, geologically, biologically, and climatically, a time capsule where Earth's processes were left to unfold uninterrupted. That isolation, paired with an extraordinary climate, sculpted a land of sharp contrasts. Along Socotra's coasts, aridity dominates. Some regions receive less than 250 millimeters of rain each year, their deserts shaped by wind, salt, and sun. Yet inland, the land rises, and the climate transforms. Seasonal monsoon winds sweep moisture across the highlands, where rainfall can exceed 1,000 millimeters annually, feeding mist forests and hidden springs. Few places on Earth compress such climatic extremes into so small a space. The result is a landscape that feels stitched together from different worlds. On the western edge of the island lies Kalancia, where vast white sand beaches spill into luminous turquoise lagoons. Here, the sea glows with impossible clarity, and limestone cliffs rise abruptly from shallow water, their shadows dancing beneath the surface. These shores feel serene, but they are shaped by powerful currents and ancient tides that have sculpted the island's margins for millennia. Cutting deep into the land are Socotra's wadis, dry river valleys carved by sudden, violent flash floods. For most of the year, they lie silent, their stone walls bleached by sun. But when rain comes, water surges through them with explosive force, reshaping channels and feeding oases where palms and freshwater pools briefly flourish. Towering above it all are the Hajir Mountains, the island's rugged backbone. Rising to 1,503 meters at Scant Peak, these jagged granite heights intercept monsoon clouds, drawing moisture from passing winds. Their upper slopes are often shrouded in mist, cloaked in remnant forests where dragon's blood trees cling to fractured rock and endemic plants root themselves in impossible crevices. From these heights, Socotra feels less like an island and more like a continent in miniature. Encircling this landmass is a coastline stretching roughly 1,400 kilometers, endlessly varied and perpetually alive. Sea cliffs hide wave-carved caves, some accessible only by boat. Offshore, coral reefs thrive in nutrient-rich waters, supporting around 730 species of fish, a remarkable diversity at the crossroads of the Indian Ocean and Red Sea. Along secluded beaches, green sea turtles haul themselves ashore under cover of darkness, continuing nesting rituals older than the island itself. Move inland once more, and the land opens into elevated plateaus like Dixum, stark, wind-swept expanses riddled with sinkholes and limestone caverns. Many of these caves remain unexplored, their depths unknown. Within them live creatures adapted to eternal darkness, endemic bats, insects, and bioluminescent glowworms whose soft light flickers against stone, turning the cavern ceilings into starfields of their own. Internal constellations beneath the earth. Here, geology, climate, and life are inseparable. Every cliff face tells a tectonic story. Every wadi is a memory of water's violence. Every cave is a frontier. Socotra is not simply shaped by time, it is made of time. And as you stand between desert and mist forest, reef and mountain, star-filled sky and glowing cave, one truth becomes undeniable. This island is not strange by accident. It is strange because it was allowed to become itself. A world apart, preserved by isolation, revealed by wonder, and balanced on the edge of the future. Human history on Socotra adds yet another layer of mystery, quieter than empires, older than maps, and deeply entwined with the land itself. For more than 2,000 years, this isolated archipelago has been home to the Socotri people, descendants of ancient South Arabian tribes who arrived by sea long before the modern world took shape. They speak Socotri, a rare and ancient Semitic language, unlike Arabic, preserved almost entirely through oral tradition and spoken today by roughly 71,000 people. It carries echoes of a distant past, a linguistic fossil, shaped by isolation just as surely as the island's plants and animals. Socotra's remoteness never meant obscurity. In antiquity, it lay astride the incense trade routes that connected Arabia, Africa, and the Mediterranean world. Sailors navigating monsoon winds stopped here to resupply, trade, and harvest one of the ancient world's most coveted substances, dragon's blood resin. Drawn from the bark of the dragon's blood tree, this deep red sap was prized by Romans, Egyptians, and Greeks, used in medicine, ritual, varnishes, pigments, and dixis. To ancient traders, Socotra was not strange, it was invaluable. With trade came stories. Some legends whispered that Socotra was the true Garden of Eden, its bizarre plants the remnants of paradise after humanity's fall, shapes too strange to belong to the ceased, ordinary world. Others believed the island was the Phoenician Island of the Phoenix, where life continually renewed itself, inspired by flora that seemed to bleed, resurrect, and endure against impossible odds. On Socotra, myth and landscape blur easily. The land itself invites imagination. Empires came and went, but few stayed. In 1507, Portuguese explorers landed on Socotra, drawn by its strategic position along Indian Ocean trade routes. Yet despite their ambitions, the island resisted sustained colonization, its terrain harsh, its resources limited, and its people fiercely independent. In the 19th century, Socotra entered a new chapter under British protection, governed loosely as part of the Aden Protectorate, more a strategic waypoint than a colonial prize. In 1967, as colonial rule receded from southern Arabia, Socotra became part of Yemen, its fate tied to a mainland it had always remained distant from, geographically and culturally. That distance has shaped its modern story. Since 2014, Yemen has been engulfed in civil war, one of the world's most severe humanitarian crises. Yet Socotra, isolated by sea and circumstance, has remained largely peaceful, governed in practice by UAE-backed authorities who maintain infrastructure and security. While not untouched by politics, the island exists in a fragile bubble, calm but not immune. Today, Socotra's population numbers around 60,000 people, living much as their ancestors did. Fishing boats still slip into the Arabian Sea at dawn. Goats graze scrubland and high plateaus. Date palms grow in oases fed by seasonal rains and hidden springs. Life here moves at the pace of tides and monsoons, not headlines. The Socotri people do not dominate the island. They coexist with it. Their songs, stories, and livelihoods are woven into the rhythms of wind, stone, and water. On Socotra, human history does not overwrite nature. It layers gently upon it. This is an island shaped not only by tectonics and evolution, but by restraint. A rare place where people passed through, traded, told stories, and learned when to leave things as they were. A land where myth, memory, and survival still walk the same narrow paths. And in that balance, between human presence and ancient wilderness, lies one of Socotra's greatest secrets. But it is biodiversity, raw, improbable, and uncompromising, that cements Socotra's reputation as Earth's most alien landscape. This island is not merely rich in life, it is selective. Out of approximately 825 plant species, an astonishing 307 are endemic, evolving here and nowhere else, a living museum where evolution conducted its most daring experiments. Isolation did not just preserve life on Socotra, it reinvented it. Ruling the highlands is the island's unmistakable emblem, the dragon's blood tree. Rising up to 10 meters tall, with an umbrella-shaped crown that seems engineered rather than grown, Dracaena cinnabari can live for 5 centuries. When wounded, it bleeds a deep crimson resin once prized across the ancient world as medicine, varnish, incense, and dye. A substance so valuable it shaped trade routes and myths alike. Today, however, these ancient sentinels face a quiet threat. Climate change is reducing the mist and cloud cover essential for their regeneration. Without moisture drifting in from monsoon winds, young dragon's blood trees fail to take root, a future slipping away leaf by leaf. Nearby stands a botanical impossibility, the cucumber tree, Dendrocechios socotrensis, the only tree-form cucumber on Earth. Its swollen, bottle-like trunk stores water against relentless drought, while fragile branches support tendrils more typical of vines. It looks less evolved than assembled, a reminder that, on Socotra, survival rewrote the rules of form. Across arid plains, bursts of color interrupt the dust. Desert roses, Adenium obosum, bloom in vivid pinks and whites, their thickened trunks hoarding water beneath sculpted bark. Nearby, twisted frankincense trees, Boswellia socotrana cling to limestone cliffs, their roots gripping bare rock. From their bark flows aromatic resin once worth its weight in gold, burned in temples, palaces, and sacred rites across the ancient world. The animals are no less strange. Socotra hosts 34 reptile species, and 31 of them exist nowhere else. Among them is the Socotra chameleon, its eyes swiveling independently, scanning the world in overlapping dimensions as its skin shifts hue in silent communication. Birds bring motion and sound to the sky, 192 species in total, including the Socotra starling, its plumage flashing iridescent greens and purples in the sun, a jewel stitched into the air. Even the invertebrates defy expectation. The giant Socotra scorpion prowls limestone outcrops by night, while beetles, spiders, and insects fill ecological niches long erased elsewhere. Every stone turned reveals something unfamiliar, life, shaped without outside competition. And the alien story does not end at the shoreline. Beneath the surrounding seas, Socotra's waters explode with color and motion. Species of coral form living cities beneath the waves, supporting over 730 species of coastal fish. Here, Indian Ocean currents converge, delivering nutrients that sustain one of the richest marine ecosystems in the region, a mirror to the island's terrestrial abundance. Such rarity demands protection. Today, roughly 75% of the Socotra archipelago falls under conservation designation, including terrestrial reserves and marine buffer zones. Yet, challenges persist. Over 100,000 free-roaming goats graze fragile landscapes, preventing tree regeneration. Invasive species arrive silently aboard ships. Tourism, if unmanaged, threatens what it seeks to admire. In response, conservation has turned proactive. UAE-backed environmental initiatives have expanded monitoring, strengthened protected zones, and in 2025, alone planted more than 10,000 dragon's blood tree saplings, racing to preserve a species that has already outlived empires. Socotra stands as a warning and a promise. It shows us what evolution can achieve when left alone, and what can be lost when balance breaks. This is not just biodiversity, it is biological imagination made real. A world that should not exist, yet somehow does. And if Socotra teaches us anything, it is this. When life is given time, isolation, and patience, it becomes extraordinary. As twilight falls, Socotra changes realms. The last light bleeds from the horizon, silhouettes of dragon's blood trees sharpen against indigo skies, and silence settles across the plateaus. In this moment, Socotra becomes something else entirely, a sanctuary for stargazers, one of the darkest places left on Earth. Across the island's interior highlands, artificial light is almost non-existent. These skies are classified as Bortle Class 1, the darkest category possible. Here, the human eye can perceive stellar magnitudes down to 7.6, revealing more than 2,500 stars on a clear night. The Milky Way does not fade politely into view. It erupts across the sky, its dense core blazing with structure, dust lanes, and star clouds normally visible only through telescopes elsewhere. During meteor season, the heavens turn kinetic. In August, the Perseids streak overhead, peaking at up to 100 meteors per hour, slicing through the galactic backdrop in flashes of silver fire. Socotra's position near 12 degrees north latitude places it in a rare celestial sweet spot, allowing observers to see southern constellations like Crux, the Southern Cross, alongside northern icons such as Ursa Major, all within a single night's arc. Few places on Earth offer such a complete sky. Location elevates the experience even further. On the Firmihin Plateau, an estimated 2 million dragon's blood trees rise beneath the stars. their umbrella crowns framing the cosmos like an alien forest frozen in time. For astrophotographers, the effect is surreal, ancient silhouettes anchoring infinite light. Along the coast at Detwa Lagoon, stargazers lie on pale sand, gazing across unbroken horizons, where sea and sky dissolve into one vast dome of darkness. From Hadibo, Socotra's modest capital, home to around 8,500 residents, guided night excursions venture into the island's interior. In Dixam Canyon, stars align along the zodiac, echoing the techniques once used by Arab sailors who navigated the Indian Ocean by memorizing stellar paths long before compasses or satellites existed. On Socotra, stargazing is not recreation, it is heritage. By 2025, this legacy reached a new chapter. Eco-stargazing camps in Home Hill Protected Area began offering telescopes, astronomy guides, and scientist-led night sessions. Visitors trace planets, nebulae, and comets, including Comet C 2023A3, visible in October, learning how celestial cycles shape both science and story. It is astronomy stripped of noise, distraction, and artificial glow. Yet this celestial paradise demands realism. Travel to Socotra requires caution and context. Although the island remains isolated from Yemen's mainland conflict, and there have been no recorded terrorist incidents targeting foreign visitors in recent years, governments such as the United States and Canada continue to advise against all travel to Yemen, including Socotra, citing broader risks of instability and kidnapping. These advisories reflect national policy, not the day-to-day reality of the island itself. On the ground, travelers consistently report a benign security environment shaped by UAE-backed administration and minimal visible military presence. Daily life continues quietly. Fishing boats launch at dawn, markets open, children walk to school, but entry is controlled. Visas are issued through Yemeni authorities, flights typically operate twice weekly from Abu Dhabi, and independent travel is rare. Insurance can be complex. Standard policies often exclude Yemen, while specialized providers offer high-risk coverage specifically for Socotra. And yet, amid isolation, there is warmth. The Socotri people welcome visitors with understated generosity, offering dates from oasis palms, fresh goat milk, and stories passed down through generations. Evenings end not in hotels, but beneath stars, sitting on stone, sharing food, listening as elders speak of winds, tides, and constellations that guided their ancestors home. In Socotra, the night sky is not something you observe. It is something you enter. Here, alien landscapes meet ancient stars. Here, the universe feels close enough to touch. And beneath this infinite canopy, one truth becomes clear. Some places still remember what night was meant to be. The sky is calling. If you listen, it will answer. The quest reaches its peak beneath a canopy of stars, where the alien and the infinite finally converge. Imagine lying back on the Dixam Plateau, wrapped in stillness, the stone beneath you warm from the day's sun. Around you, dragon's blood trees rise in silent formation, their umbrella crowns framing the heavens like ancient sentinels. Above, the sky turns slowly, deliberately. The Southern Cross wheels overhead, tracing a celestial path once followed by sailors and storytellers, its light older than the island itself. Here, Earth and cosmos dissolve into one experience. This vigil does more than inspire wonder. It reveals what is at stake. Socotra's biodiversity, shaped over millions of years, now faces accelerating pressure. Climate-driven droughts have already taken a toll. Studies indicate that around 20% of dragon's blood trees have died since 2018, victims of declining mist and rising temperatures. At the same time, unsustainable tourism, unmanaged grazing, and fragile infrastructure threaten ecosystems that evolved without resilience to rapid, change. But the story does not end in loss. Through UNESCO's Man and the Biosphere program, alongside UAE-backed conservation initiatives, more than 460 hectares of Socotra's land and seascapes are now under active protection. Reforestation efforts restore dragon's blood trees. Marine zones safeguard reefs, and crucially, local Socotri communities are at the heart of conservation, trained as eco-guides, rangers, and stewards, ensuring that preservation is not imposed, but lived. As dark sky tourism emerges as a model for low-impact exploration, Socotra positions itself as one of the world's premier celestial destinations. In 2025, new light pollution regulations were introduced to protect the island's pristine nights, recognizing that darkness itself is a natural resource, one as vital as forests, reefs, or rain. And then, slowly, the sky begins to change. Stars soften, the Milky Way fades, a pale glow touches the horizon, dawn returns, quiet, inevitable. Alien silhouettes remain, but the universe retreats, leaving behind a feeling difficult to name. As Socotra's stars dissolve into morning light, one truth lingers. This place is a reminder of Earth's vast diversity, fragile, wondrous, and irreplaceable, a world shaped by time, isolation, and restraint, a place that asks not to be conquered, but understood. Venture responsibly, gaze upward, protect what still remembers the ancient night. Thank you for joining this starry sojourn. Subscribe for more journeys into Earth's most remote wonders. Until next time, let the cosmos call you.